Welcome, guys. Thank you for letting me be here. My name is Joe Caltabiano. I'm with Guaranteed Rate. I've been there since 2003. On and off, I've been their top loan originator for many years, basically. My business has always been focused on the purchase markets. So as the purchase markets come up and drop, my business will alter where a lot of the refinance guys can pop up and beat me from year to year. But in general, my focus is purchase. And that's the one thing I can help you, hopefully, from this presentation, how to grow your purchase business and what makes me successful in the market. As Steve said, last year I did about $240 million. Over my career, I've done about $2 billion in mortgages. So ever since 2005, I've done $100 million in production. I really try to ramp up that purchase business. And when refinances come into play, that's great, that's gravy, but what we can really focus on and grow our business on is purchase. The first thing I talk about is you want to make sure you're working at a place that supports your business and your model. Everyone here is different. You guys all have different strategies and different strengths and different weaknesses. If you're on the lead generation side, that's great. Make sure the company you're working with gets you the leads that you need. If you're looking for support, like someone like myself, it's very important for me to have the support I need behind me so I can be out and be the rainmaker and be the sales guy that I want to be and can be. So it's really important to make sure first you're working at the right place. When I got in the mortgage business, I worked for a small broker. I told them that I needed my own processor, and if they gave it to me, I'd do $30 million. They told me I was crazy. I would never do $30 million in production. I left there in 2003 after being an assistant and then a loan originator. That next year, I closed about $70 million with Guaranteed Rate. I was a young punk, so I faxed my W-2 to my owner of my old company to show him. But that's what I needed. I needed that support. I needed someone to believe in me. I needed someone to just give me that ability to grow my business. And whatever that is, find that. That's first. That's so important. We only get to go around this ride once, so make sure you're happy where you're working. Make sure it's the right place, and make sure you're given the support that you all need and deserve to grow your business. Some of the stuff that I really focus on, I know guidelines. I know guidelines better than any other underwriter out there. I'll go head to head with the head of Wells Underwriting, with Fannie, with whomever, because I know my guidelines. So what we are as loan officers is we have to originate loans. We've got to go out and find the business, which is a very unique sales-driven skills. And quite frankly, you either have that or you don't. There's a lot of opportunities in the mortgage business. If you don't want to be the rainmaker, that's fine. There's a lot of support roles. But what you can learn and what you can do and how you can elevate yourself is reading the guidelines, is committing those things to memory. Because as Ken is out here saying, to provide service, provide value to some of these loan officers, it's really important that value you can deliver on. So one of the things I've always prided myself on is knowing guidelines and knowing different pieces that other people don't know. How to get that one more deal done is so important in this business because that's what gives you the key to getting a bigger producer's business. A lot of people make the mistake, in my opinion, of trying to get Ken's business. I'll use him because he was out here and he was just dancing, so I figured I'd pick on him a little bit. But to get business from someone like that is an unrealistic expectation for pretty much everyone in this room, including myself. It's very difficult. It will happen by a miracle more so than by a plan. I'm the hardest working guy out there. I beat down doors. I open up doors. I'll do whatever I can to create opportunity. But what I focus on is $20 million real estate agents or $15 million real estate agents. Those are people who really need your help. They really need your support. They really need some marketing dollars, and they really need different things to help them get to that next level and reach their goals. What you'll hear is all these top agents have teams, and they have someone doing the showings and the listings and the buy side and all these different things. If you can wedge your way into that team and get the middle of the road real estate agent in there, that gives you this opportunity when Ken is in a jam, you can step up and deliver. And then if you save his ass on 3 deals, you might start getting real referrals from him. But you can't go out and focus and expect some sales calls and broker opens and some flyers and MSA agreements to generate that business. It's just unrealistic. So you want to go out and focus on where you can drive that business and where you can really see some results and that's that mid-tier agent. So when I'm doing my target marketing, when I'm going out looking for business, I target those people. In addition, I kind of look at it like a baseball team. If you look at the most successful baseball franchises, I'm a Yankee fan. You can boo, you can not, whatever. But being a Yankee fan, you either buy championships, so meaning you spend more money than anyone else, or you build a farm team. And the way I look at the real estate agents is you need those good horses, those good hard-working realtors, but you also need those entry-level realtors. And that's your farm team. And you can build that farm team, and you work with the young agents, and some won't make it, and you'll feel like you wasted time and energy, but some will, and then they become $10 million realtors. Then they become $20 million realtors. Then they become the top guys who have these teams out there, and you started with them at the grassroots level, and I don't care if I come in knocking on that door or the next loan officer out there, they're yours. You help them get to that level. You guys are partners. You guys built it together, and that will never be broken. So the top realtors that I work with, most of them, we all started in the business at the same time. They didn't start out at $50 million realtors. One of the guys I work with, Joe Zimmerman, he's a phenomenal realtor. He started out in the business the same time I did. So as our careers grew, we have this bond, and we're actually friends. So when we do business together, I'm not doing a sales call when I take him to a baseball game. It's business, it's friendship, it's a bond that can't be broken because we helped each other in the beginning of our careers. So, that's one of the key things I would hope you guys take from this is creating that farm team and going after the right realtors is very important. Don't spin your wheels. You will get the big agents when you save them on some deals, or you're on the buy side of a deal and you're doing the loan and they're the listing agent. You save that dead deal. That's how you'll get some of these whale agents. But taking your time and your money to go after these top guys is very hard. It's very, very hard, and it doesn't typically yield results. So I see a lot of loan officers doing that. I'm out there all day, every day. I can't even tell you how many sales calls I make, whether it's a sales call as far as calling on someone new or taking someone out to lunch or whatever it is. But everywhere I go is a sales call. Everywhere I go, I am going to get a mortgage deal. So one of the things I want to talk about is if I were to move, Steve was kind of asking me what my presentation was going to be about, and I'm not much for writing stuff down. I don't have anything to sell, so I don't have a PowerPoint for you guys or handouts. But I'm a loan originator, so this is my daily job, and I looked at what I would do if I moved, for some reason I had to move to a different market. How would I build my business? Okay, if I'm relatively new and I don't have some unlimited budget for marketing and unlimited budget for wining and dining realtors, if I went to a new market and I had to start over, what would I do? It's a tough question. Fortunately, I'm not at that point in my career. I have a really stable business, and it continues to grow, and I make some tweaks, and I change things, and I do take step backs, and I do take step forwards. But what I try to do is I look at all the people. The one thing you control is your circle of influence. So if I went to a new market, I would be on top of the dentist to give me a deal, the dry cleaner to give me a deal, the guy who's walking my dog, the cab driver, the taxi man, you name it, the guy that manages the grocery store. Look at the people you're working with on a daily basis, or you're their client. Those are the first people you can count on to give you some business. So I would say that's an easy entry point into any market. The bartenders, the restaurant owners, those type of people that you're buying from, you're their consumer, ask for something in return. And what that is a mortgage. So I look at where my business comes from, and 60+% of my business is past clients. And that's because I created a relationship with a lot of them, and when I need a service, I contact them. So it's very cyclical. So I look at that, if you're getting married, if you're getting divorced, if you're doing all these different things, those are all opportunities to grow your business. And if I were to move to a new market, the first thing I would do would be write down all of those services and look at my bills and look at my expenses and say, okay, every one of these people either owns a home, could buy a home, or should be buying a home, and I want to be there when they think about it. So contact those people. That's a really easy entry point in all the different markets out there that everyone can recreate tomorrow. I bet if you sat there and looked at all of the people you write checks to on a weekly or monthly basis, some of them bought homes and didn't use you guys, which is just a dagger. It's a dagger in the heart to me. I know it's a dagger in the heart to you guys. There's nothing worse than when someone says, I didn't even think about you. That's your own fault. There's no one's fault but yours. You either didn't make them think you were the expert, or you didn't make them think that you wanted the business. And it's really important to do both. I'm the expert. Just ask me. I'll tell you I'm the best. You guys should have that same attitude. But with that, you've got to have the backing of knowing your guidelines. And if you really feel like you're the best, it carries through into your persona, into your personality. And when people are around you, the first thing they think about if they're buying a house is getting a loan from Joe C. That's really important, and it's very easy to recreate for you guys. A lot of people have kids and things like that. Looking at those groups that you're at, if you're at a kids play group, or you've got to go to some swim class, or all of those different things that are just part of your life, and you're ho-hum because it gets you out of your office and you've got to go and do this, or whatever your attitude is towards it, it's a sales call. It's always a sales call. Everything I do is a sales call. So when I'm out and I'm sitting there with a father and my daughter's playing on a playground, I'm thinking, how am I going to get this guy's mortgage? Rates are down, he needs to buy a second home, something. I'm doing this as a sales call. So every event in my life, every day, day in and day out, is a sales call. So get that in your head, because that's something you can recreate in any market at any time, because we all have our lives and we all do very specific things, and we're all consumers. So turn that around on the people that are providing services for you and ask for something in return. So, some of the other points that I look for is surrounding yourself with people you like to work with. As you have a good relationship with different people, engage with them. Get those deals. If you have to lower margins, lower whatever, get deals from the people you want to work with. If you emulate someone in your marketplace, or you see someone who does a good job, get that deal at all costs. Provide the biggest value you possibly can to that individual, because I'll tell you, having a good working relationship is so important. Every realtor I work with in my business, I enjoy working with. There isn't one out there I don't like working with. When those phone calls come in and you're cringing, it's like, oh my God, he's calling again. That's not who you want to work with. Fire him. The best way that I got to where I am in my career, you talk about plateaus and such like that, I've fired more agents than than a lot of you guys maybe work with. It didn't work for me. If they weren't the people that were helping me come to the office every day and helping me want to work with them, they recreate that same client. So now not only is the realtor you don't want to talk to, their client's even worse. So going out and finding the people that you want to work with will grow your business exponentially. So sometimes you do take a step back to take those steps forward. But other than that, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me. Again, my name is Joe Caltabiano. I hope you enjoy the conference, and let's give Steve a hand for a phenomenal conference.